So today's goal is to pack 1 week's worth of clothes into the carry-on. That way I can pack up the rest of the clothes to be shipped off to Boston. And I figured while we did this together, I would tell you a little bit about some of my favorite pieces, the ones that I've made or altered, or even do a little story time before I got them. So since I can only pack 1 week's worth of clothes, and we're gonna be living out of a suitcase for a couple of weeks until we move, these are truly my favorite items. So let's start with pants. I have quite a collection of jeans. This whole section is jeans. So we'll just start there. So I have a lot of thrifted pairs and a lot of pairs that were given to me, but I want to start with this pair. These are a pair of Levi's that I actually got on ThredUp, and they were actually a few sizes or a few inches too big for me. I feel like Levi's sizing is pretty inconsistent. I got these as a waist measurement of 25, and I got another pair as 25 as well. Actually, this pair of skinny jeans, which I also really do like. This pair fit perfectly without any alterations. They just felt like, leggings are super comfortable. No alterations needed here. But for this pair of, I think they're 501s, they were like 3 or 4 inches too big at the waist. So I am not confident enough to do the waist alteration myself. So I took it to a tailor and they did it, and she did a great job. So I know how to alter jeans, I just don't do it. So what they do is they remove this belt loop, and then they have a seam right here. So this is where they cut it open and reduce the waist. Take off the patch, you seam rip all the way around, and then you can either put darts on the pocket side right here to make it smaller, but then sometimes you have like a gaping pocket, which isn't super cute. But what they did was she took it in at the side seam right here. So you can see that the front side, you can still see the signature dye coloration, but on the back side, it's pretty flat. Like, you don't see that anymore, and that's because she took it in from the side, which I think is very, very clever. So it looks extremely seamless. The pocket doesn't like bubble like that, and it's very flat. And the reason why I would never alter the waistband on jeans is because at certain points it's like 10 layers of fabric, like going through the belt loop through. I think these are like felted. What are they called? Basically, you sew it, and then you have the seam allowance wrapped back under. So right here is like 4 layers of fabric. It's crazy. And then all the way through. So my machine would not be able to handle this. And then she sewed the patch back on. Actually, she sewed it on upside down, but I flipped it back around because I can at least do the patch. And then over here, it would be pretty tricky for me as well. So I would never attempt to alter the waist measurement of jeans, but at the time I didn't really know what inseam I wanted, so it was like folded up like 4 inches until I could figure it out. And the cuff look was cute too, but I later decided I wanted to cut it off to show a little bit more of my ankle, so that's what I did, and I was able to keep the original hem as well. And this process is a little bit unintuitive, but it is actually very, very clever. So what I did was I basically just cut off the original hem, and then, with a little bit of extra seam allowance, and then I cut the jeans to the exact measurement that I wanted it to be. I didn't leave any seam allowance there, and then basically you just like sandwich the original hem back on, and then you sew it. There are some places that are pretty thick, like right here, but you have to make sure you open up the seam allowance on both sides. That way you reduce bulk and you just like sew all the way around. So I used to not wear these jeans very much because they were pretty big, but after a $30 waist alteration and then trying to figure out what inseam I wanted to be, and now it's perfect. These are one of my most worn pairs. They're just so versatile. They just go with everything. Let's see. I don't want to bring too many pairs of jeans because I don't want to wear jeans for an entire week. So let's talk about these linen pants. So these are some of my most worn linen pants. They're a black pair from Madewell, and these are totally a pair of pants that I could make. You'll see in maybe another pair of pants that they're like very similar. They're wide leg, very flowy, but I got these on sale for like $26, and a pair of pants like this would probably take me upwards of 5 or 6 hours to make. Whenever I'm trying to figure out if I want to make pants or just buy them, I just look at, the fabric composition, I look at how it's made, and then I try to think about how long it's going to take me to make it, how much the fabric is going to cost, and then I decide whether or not I would rather make it or buy it. So this one was definitely a buy situation because it was on sale for such a great price. And the thing with Madewell that I found with their sizing is they don't go small enough for me, which is maybe, I don't know, a personal problem, but this is the smallest size they have, which was a 00, and it's the regular inseam length. So again, for this one, I hemmed it on the bottom. I just rolled the seam allowance up one extra time, and so now it's like, I don't know, 2 inches shorter, which is really nice because if I wanted to wear heels or something, or if I was just feeling taller, I could release it, iron it, and then it would be 2 inches longer. So it's nice to have like reversibility. So I never cut anything unless I really, really have to cut it. Like the jeans, there's like no way around that. But something that I do like about Madewell is they always give you extra buttons. So this button didn't exist on these pants before, but I added it because they gave me 2 extra buttons. So they usually give extra buttons, and what I did was, to make it fit, was I added an extra button here so that this could come over here to close, and then that would give me an extra, I don't know, 1.5 inches of like cinch. And then I did the exact same measurement on the other side. You go through the belt loop and over here, and then now it is 1 inch or 1.5 inches tighter in the waist, which honestly makes the pants fit so much better. And yes, the zipper does lean right a little bit, but honestly, when you wear it, you don't even notice, and nobody should be looking in this area anyway. People just want to see that snatched waistline. So this I found was like a really good hack. Didn't have to cut anything, only had to sew on 2 buttons, and now it's, it fits perfectly, and I wear these all the time. And I do have another pair of linen pants from Madewell. I probably won't pack them here, but I can at least show them to you. I also got these on sale. They are, I guess, like a beigey tan, like striped, and the stripe has like some like burnt orange, like red accents in it. So it's very pretty, and I like how the front waistband is flat, but the back waistband is elasticized, so it's like super comfortable to wear. But I am having some trouble styling this. I don't know what to wear with it other than with like a white shirt, which can be kind of boring. It's like very classic, but very boring. And also these are like a butt to iron. And usually I don't complain about ironing because I sew and you have to like iron every single seam open. But this one, not fun to iron. But for some reason, the black pair of linen pants isn't so wrinkly. I don't know. I don't know much about like fabric composition, but it's weird. Let's see. And then a pair of shorts. So I made these shorts from scratch, so you can see that they're like a very similar style to the black linen pants. They are pleated, they have pockets. Did I make this one with back pockets? This one doesn't have back pockets, but I made other ones with back pockets. So these were made from Keanu Bonello's like pleated short pattern, and this is like one of my favorite patterns. It's so easy to make. From her pattern, I learned how to sew a zipper fly, and she was like great at explaining it. It was so easy. I was very intimidated by zipper flies before I did this project, but what's really awesome is that the fabric, it was actually free. So at my undergrad university, they had a prototyping lab, and they happened to have a sewing machine there. And when I saw it, I was just like so excited to have access to a sewing machine, because I did not bring my sewing machine to undergrad. And I was there all the time sewing. So I taught myself how to sew clothes in college, and then throughout COVID, because there was nothing to do, I sewed a lot of clothes. So I saw this fabric actually in the scrap pile. They had a huge scrap pile of like all these different fabrics, which is really great because they didn't throw it away, because yay, sustainability. But I saw this one and I was like, oh, this fabric is gonna have to make something special. So I saved it for like 2 years until I could figure out exactly what I wanted to make. And even there wasn't like too much fabric, but you just Tetris your way around it, and there was just enough fabric to make this pair of shorts. And honestly one of my favorite pair of shorts. They're so versatile. You can wear it with a t-shirt, tank, like even like a cute like denim jacket with flats, with heels, with sneakers. I usually wear Converse, and they're so pretty. So I'm very proud of these. And I've made this shorts pattern many times. Here is another pair of shorts that I made with it. It is corduroy, which is super cute. I didn't add side pockets because side pockets would be kind of bulky because the fabric is a little bit thicker, but I did add back pockets with like in the contrasting direction, and they have like the belt buckles, and I even did an X in the back. And but yeah, these are super cute. So this romper here is another way I use Kiana Bonello's like pleated shorts pattern. So see this cute little romper here with this really nice floral fabric. I wanted to make this romper with like a twist tie front, and it has like a little cutout and it's super cute, but the original pattern was not very good. So basically the only part of the pattern I used was the twist front tie because I didn't know how to make that. In the back I just shirred it, and so it's really comfy. I made the straps adjustable, but these shorts are also Kiana Bonello's pattern, or at least the front are. A pocket here, and it goes really deep, and they're pleated. And in the back, I altered the pattern to be able to elasticize the waistband, so I wouldn't need to make a zipper or a fly because there's just no room for it on the front. But yeah, this was a pattern hack of pattern hacks because I had to hack the pattern for the top and the bottom and get them to be combined. But honestly, this is one of my favorite summer outfits. It's just so cute, and it's like a one and done type thing. You just put it on and you're ready to go. And this is another pair of denim pants that I have. These were given to me by a friend. So these are her hand-me-downs, but these are so nice. I have another pair in light wash as well, but I wear these all the time. They're like a cotton denim lyocell blend, which makes them extremely breathable and very easy to wear. So I wear both of these a lot, but I don't think I'll pack these because they're a little bit too nice to wear on an airplane where it's like extremely disgusting. So I'll probably just pack these and ship them up. But the brand is Karen Callahan, and I've never heard of them before, but after I received these pants, I looked them up, and yes, the price tag is steep, but if I were to make pants like this, I would probably charge that much or double because the fabric is so nice, the construction is great, it's perfect, the fit is amazing, so you know that there's a lot of prototyping involved. So I would say for a lot of the clothes that, you know, you have to delineate between what's just upcharged to be upcharged and what's actually worth the price. But looking at the craftsmanship, thinking about the fabric blend, you know, where it's made, probably who made it, and you know, if they were paid a reasonable wage for it, I think these pants, if I had the money, would be very worth it. Of course, I can't just wear pants the whole time, so we're gonna go into tops, and I realized that my tops are like usually not that exciting. Like one of my favorite tops is this one. It's like a gray-green tank, and it's from Uniqlo. It's part of their Airism line. It's from several years ago, and they don't make this exact tank anymore or this exact like fabric blend, but it's great for summer. It's very moisture wicking and it's very flattering, and it goes with all my pants. So we'll bring this one. And here I have this other tank. I thrifted this at Goodwill for, I don't know, like maybe less than $5. And the fabric is really nice because it's 95% silk and 5% spandex. But why I really love it is the construction. And I know Quince is like very, or Quince, I don't really know how to say it, is like very hit or miss. But looking at this piece, you can see that they did French seams all the way down. And a French seam basically means you like sew it like wrong sides together and then right sides together to enclose the raw edge, and it's like very clean. And all of the edges are bias bound, so they took a piece of fabric and they bound everything. So there is not a raw edge to be found on the inside or the outside of this piece. So this piece at least is very well made, and it's very breathable. And I usually actually don't wear it forwards or like the right way, I usually wear it the other way. So it can be like a high neck in the front, kind of like a boat neck. It's like very elegant, especially like if I wear like my pendant necklace, it like droops really nicely. And on the back, a low V back, which is really, really flattering. So I like how you can wear this one forward and backwards. And the reason why you can do that is because there's no darts. It's literally just two flat pieces of fabric sewed together. So it makes it extremely versatile. This is also a shirt I like to wear. It's not anything crazy. It's just a collared shirt, but I like how it's red, but not like a in-your-face, like fire hydrant, fire truck red. And it has like a little tie at the bottom, which, you know, gets untied in the laundry, but I like how you can tie it for a little extra detail. And I just got this from Ross. The reason why I got this is because it looks like a lot of the Madewell poplin tops, but, you know, it was like a fraction of the price. So it has like this like really dainty, like floral pattern, and it's not like super in your face. So I actually wear this a lot. I wear it like tucked in or like over shorts, or it makes a really cute swim cover up as well. And thinking about it, I think I do want another pair of shorts because, again, it's Houston. I will be wearing shorts. And I really like this white pair. The brand is also Madewell, but I also thrifted it on ThredUp, so it was an extremely good price. And they had like some staining in the crotch area, but, you know, what do you expect from ThredUp? Even though they listed it as like excellent condition, I guess they didn't check that part. But, you know, that's okay. And I just like bleached the heck out of it, and, you know, it was fine. It was good. So yeah, these are really, really nice. I only wear if I'm feeling extremely prepared or extremely risk-taking that day. But these pants are great. They came with a like raw hem, and my thing with raw hems is like, I think they're cute. I don't mind them. But the thing with raw hems is they will continue to fray unless you do something about it. With all the raw hems on the pants that I buy, I always, I guess, treat them before I wear them. So I always wash it, and it usually frays a little bit more, which is okay. And then I usually run like a zigzag stitch across the entire, I guess, circumference of the hem. So I don't know if you can really see it, but there is like a very slight zigzag stitch. So that prevents it from fraying even more, which is good because I don't want the shorts to get shorter. I just want them to stay the same amount of frayed. And then I usually tack it down at the seam allowances so that this part doesn't fold down, which, you know, could be a look, but personally I like it to be cuffed. So I tack it down on the inside seam allowance and the outside seam allowance, and also the front middle and the back middle of the leg. That way it doesn't like flop down, because like when it flops down, it's not that cute, and I don't want to like constantly be adjusting it. So I just like tack it down, and, you know, it works out really great. So these are two pieces I pulled from my closet that I also really like to wear. Here's this romper. This romper is really cute. It's also given to me by the same friend. He has great style, so always happy to receive her hand-me-downs. But it's from the brand Cause. I can tell this piece is really well made. It's like half lined on the inside, and the straps aren't just like biased finished or serged. They are, you know, lined, which lining straps is really difficult because it's hard to line like circles that are like close to each other. So the sleeves are a circle and the neckline is a circle. So having to line so many circles is pretty tough. So that means they spent some time doing that. And the fabric like looks soft, but it's like a towel-y. It's like a towel-y texture, which is very appropriate for summer. At first I thought it was going to be too hot, but because the neckline is so low and the back line is so low, and, you know, they're shorts, it's actually really, really comfortable to wear, and it's actually pretty lightweight as well. So I love wearing this around the house, just like lounging in it, because it's just like a one and done piece. You don't have to think too hard in the morning, and then you still look kind of cute because the color is really unique. And I didn't used to think I looked good in pink, but after wearing this one, I actually really enjoy this color. So this shirt I thrifted on a thrift trip with a friend. It's from Liz Kleinborn, and it's an extra large. Or I really liked this shirt particularly because it was like a dark blue, I think a lot of blues nowadays tend to fade, but since it was a thrift shop find and it was like such a dark blue, I knew the color was like there to stay. And I really like the fabric composition. It looks like denim, but it's very, very lightweight. So it can act like a denim jacket without actually having to wear a denim jacket. And I actually don't own any more denim jackets. I sold them all because I don't really like the stiffness of a denim jacket. So this one is a lot more relaxed and it's a lot easier to wear. You can like tie it in the front, or you can leave it hanging and you look like an artist. You can tie it, you can half tuck it, you can French tuck it. It's very, very versatile. So I really do like this shirt a lot. And this last piece is a bonus piece. I am not going to bring this in the suitcase. I will pack it away for, the shipping container. But this dress, this floral dress, is also a dress that I made. It's like a bustier on top, or a mock one because it doesn't have any, cinching straps. And it's just like a silk dress. And because I was invited to a wedding and they asked for, light floral spring dresses, and I didn't have any, so I decided to make them. So this was a period of time between the HBS interview and decision letter, and I was, looking for things to do to pass my time and to take my mind off of it. So I made this dress, and it has like a back slit, so you can walk and you're not trying to like waddle the whole time. And this fabric is from Joann's, before private equity made them go bankrupt. So I'm not bitter, but yeah, this was the last piece of fabric I bought from Joann's, and I'm pretty sad that they went out of business. But when that happens, all the other competitors step up. So there's always going to be more options. Sadly, a lot of them only have an online presence, so you kind of have to take a gamble. But I think that's probably another reason why Joann's went down. Like, if you ever use their website, literally worst website ever. Anyway, when we wore this to the wedding, I also made my husband a matching tie. So it is still tied because I liked the way that he tied it. I just like the flowers and the leaves and how this like one flower is poking out. So I told him not to untie it, just like slip it off. But I used all of the fabric that I messed up on to make this tie. So this tie is made out of scrap fabric, and it's perfect. And people are like, oh wow, the color match is so good. And I'm like, yeah, I know, because I made it from the same fabric. So it's always pretty fun to be matching. So every time I make a dress, if I have extra fabric, depending on how much fabric I have, I'll make him a bow tie or a tie. That way we can match. And the outfit looks really cohesive, and it's just really fun. It's like a grown-up version of dress up. So yeah, that's some of the highlights from all the clothes that I will be packing, that I will be bringing to Boston. This is already the edited down version. I hope this video was a fun one. It's different than the other ones I normally post about HBS. But if you have any questions about making clothes or buying clothes, or which clothes made the cut and which ones didn't, you can feel free to ask me questions in the comments. Next time, we will be in Boston. So I guess I'll see you guys on the other side.